thank you for everybody making the extra effort today and coming a little bit early to choir. Thank you to Ben and Shani for once again helping us with our podcast, which we're coming to the end of our project, so we're coming to the end of our podcasts. We've done a number of podcasts celebrating and promoting and raising awareness of the charity that we're supporting this year, Comfort Cases. But today's podcast is really about Pelsall Ladies Choir. Mm-hmm. So it's great to have some of our older members that are still with us, those of us that have been there medium sort of times, some newer members as well, and we're going to talk about the charities that we've supported over the years and what choir brings to each of us individually. Margaret, I'm going to start with you.
All right.
So, Margaret, you've been in choir, we've just been having a bit of a conversation about this for 45
years,
and the same for Philippa and the same for Angela. 44 years. Choir's been running, I think, for around about
over
55, 60 years, yeah. So having people in choir that have been here for 45 years is absolutely remarkable. What's kept you here? What do you love about coming, and what does it bring for you?
Well, I've always loved singing, and I've always loved a challenge, and sometimes it's both. And in the early days, we used to do a lot of festivals and competitions where we did have to learn things by heart. And I have to say the music in those days was, what shall I say, more serious, if you like. We do more things from the shows now, which I have to say I do prefer. But in years gone by, we did a lot of competitive singing, which was quite a challenge, and it was good. It was totally different to your home life and your professional life. Something totally different.
Lovely. And what about you, Philippa?
Me, like Margaret, I think I've been in longer than Margaret. Might even be 47.
She's after the badge.
Might even be 47. But for me, one of the things in the choir, because I had big patches away, working evenings couldn't come. Then I'd come back, then something else would happen. But the one thing about the choir is it didn't matter if you left and came back. You just came back, and it was as if you've never been away, and it has a definite fellowship feel about it. And
that's lovely, isn't it?
That's been really what's kept a lot of us together.
I think from my perspective, talking about the fellowship and the ethos of the choir, having gone through some real tough times and having to step down from choir and then coming back, the ladies were incredible at welcoming you back, and you didn't feel guilty if you like, for having that time away. So that is lovely, isn't it, that happens. Some of the ladies down there, Carol, I want to just pick you out a bit there, because we had a conversation last week, didn't we, about what it brings to some of the ladies, and in particular Jane, who had a really open conversation, and she was quite happy for us to share this, wasn't she, at the podcast tonight? She fell ill, didn't she, last year? Do you want to tell us what choir brought for her?
Oh, she couldn't wait to get back. I mean, she went through a really bad patch, but we all supported her, didn't we? And she just loves it. And since then, she's learned to play the trumpet and
the saxophone.
Saxophone. And she's splendid now.
I think from when she sort of fell ill, and she had a stroke, didn't she? And so she struggled then with her speech, her memory. That is what choir then, I mean, it just shows how powerful choir, the influence that it has.
And the camaraderie from people sitting next to her, helping her and that as well.
It's incredible, isn't it? And Pam, Claire, and I know Angela and Hasby and Julie, I know, like, since you've been, what does it bring for you, and what the different charities that we've supported over the years, what do you get out of that?
It's just a really good feeling to give to charities. And the reason I joined was my mother went in a home, and she said, she knows I was in a choir at school, and she says, we've got Pelsall Ladies Choir coming, do you want to come and listen to them? So I went on the Wednesday night to watch them, and that was it, 16 years ago. And June was in charge then, obviously, and said, just come, there's no practice, there's no,
rehearsals,
just come, no rehearsals or anything. So that was it, and it just means such a lot to me. If you feel a bit down, I think it does you good if you can sing and get it out of your system. And you go home and you've still got it going round in your head. Even when you go to bed, all the tunes are still going round in your head. So it's really, really good for you in that respect. I just love it, and I love all the people that go, that come.
That's lovely to hear that, like, not does it have an effect for us and it brings positivity to the choir, but like there's the wider community, like your mum, how it affected her and how it helped her.
She loved it.
Whenever we've all gone out singing at the homes and when we're in the community singing, you can see how it lifts people.
Singing along, and they want to join in
as
well, don't they?
Yeah,
you know, whenever we sing too.
Well, music is the best therapy, isn't it? That's what they say.
Yeah.
You know, especially for people with Alzheimer's and dementia. Yeah. It's the key thing. They won't necessarily remember anything from, you know, a few years ago, but you put on a tune.
Yes.
And 50 years ago.
Back.
And they want to join in.
And we've all had those light bulb moments, haven't we, when we've been out and we've been singing, and all of a sudden you see what it does. It is quite emotional. Sometimes I found it overwhelming.
It is, absolutely. And some people get up and dance, and it's lovely, isn't it, to watch them? You know, it really is.
And what I've gone, sorry.
You've just highlighted something else there, is generational as well, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
You here because of your mum.
Yeah.
We've got Georgina and Mary Jane.
Her mother and daughter.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got June, who was the founder of Pelsall Ladies Choir, really. Now her daughter June's no longer with us, God bless her. But June's daughter carries on that legacy, and June's daughter's now here, which is wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Talking about sort of the new people that have come to choir, when you, like, I know Hasby, Sarah,
Debbie.
I'm not memorable.
Sorry, Debbie, and Alison. Sorry, can we do that bit again? Thank you.
I think that adds to it, actually. There's not that needs to be left in, because there's that many people in choir. You're like, I'm so sorry. I know who you are, but you're going to need to give me a clue. We're getting on for like 50 strong now. We've got to be like
everyone's name.
I'm shocking. I mean, we're going on for 50 odd strong. It's fantastic. So knowing everyone's name, I do my best. And I think that's all we can do.
For you guys that I would say are relatively new, how has it been for you guys, and what do you guys get out of it?
Well, for me personally, it was, I don't want to say time away from the kids, but it was something as a mum with three fairly young kids, 14, 13 and 8, they are very time consuming and they have lots of activities, and you're busy trying to deal with their lives and everything else, and you realise you don't do anything for yourself throughout the whole week that you can say, this is mine. And you also try not to feel guilty about having that me time. And for me, just meeting so many more wonderful people as well, and I don't know how many times we're going to say that it feels like it's a unit. You know, so well and truly puts us through our paces, but it's great.
Oh, we have our moments, don't we? We have our moments. Oh God, them old tones, the moaning. And then we have those moments, oh, those sopranos are too loud. Yes, we do have our moments, but on the whole, the ethos is
really good. But it's really nice that it's generational. I mean, I'm not the youngest member in this group. And you know, it's nice. There's a really good range of people.
We are so lucky recently to get so many what I call young people.
Yes,
definitely. It's very young people.
And
we're so lucky to have that. Because so many choirs that I know of, they can't get new members and they're fold. So we do think it's wonderful that we've got so many young people.
And do you think, as a group then, that we take that for granted sometimes? Because I think I do.
What, they were so lucky?
Yeah.
Possibly.
I think I do. I think I'll take it for granted that we've got, you know, like a real massive age range. I mean, we've got Shirley, haven't we, who's with us, who's 90 this year. And I think that, you know, we take it for granted that we've got... We've got
kids started.
We've got people who are having babies, you know what I mean? So
I
think we are lucky, aren't we, in that respect? It's good to raise that awareness as well. That, you know, it is. What about you, Mason? What do you get from it, from coming in sort of like quite recent?
Yeah, I mean, I'd echo what everyone has has said already, really. The fellowship side of it is really good. We make friends. I love that we're doing something active to raise money for charity, not just donating ourselves, but doing something active that brings people joy. But for me personally, I also get, my job's quite stressful, so I love coming here because the stresses of work, the stresses of home, what's for tea, what, you know, I've got to do some shopping, all of that just goes out of your mind because you're busy singing with everyone, you know, and some of the songs that we do, I still get real goosebumps, you know, I think it sounds so beautiful when we get it right. I think that's probably what I'll get.
I think like you say, and we all have those moments, don't we, where I think when I sing Maybe, I think of my sister's wedding every single time because we sang there, and I think of her wedding every time, and I'm choked up, you know what I mean? I know for you, Claire, there were songs that have really meant a lot for you when we've lost June. And still now we sing those songs and all of us are looking up thinking she'll be proud of that.
You can just see her little mannerisms, can't you?
But you can see her doing the actions, can't you?
I'm glad
stepping
you've
up
said that.
you know.
Sometimes,
Very often I'll turn to Jill, her daughter, and say, "This is your mum." But that. For me, choir, I joined 14 years ago when I lost my mum, and I think it was, I'd spent that much time doing care home visits and hospital visits, and in the end I needed something for me, a bit of a relief. So that's why I joined, and my mum passed away of a brain tumour, and ironically that's what we lost June to. So to me, when we raised all of that money for brain tumour research, that was the icing on the cake for me. And exactly the same, you know, I've got a stressful job and you come here and this is your 2 hours of just you time. As well as all the camaraderie that we have and the banter and everything else.
Laughter, don't we?
You know, that's just the...
Hasbin, what about you? When you come in, how do you feel? I know sometimes you walk in and you walk out and we're like, nobody spoke to Hasbin tonight.
I normally work at night, so sometimes I have to rush off to go to work. But it's nice to come here and meet other people because most of the time I'm asleep during the day. So it's nice to have that release of not working and meeting new other people. And at church, I go to church where more African people go, so we sing there, but not much in English. So it's a different thing which I do. It's a challenge, yes, because English is not my first language, but
so it's a challenging thing for you as well, isn't it? Like you're sort of taking yourself out your comfort zone.
Yes, it is. I take myself out of comfort zone, but then it's like because I normally sing in church, it's more relaxed. It's not very formal. It's like everybody can join. Even if you don't know the tune, it's quite different. So it's nice coming here and learning
your sort of part.
Yes. And when I take that to the other choir as well, the church choir, which is benefiting a lot, and at home sometimes I even sing with my nieces, because at home we are empty nesters, it's me and my husband only. So sometimes because of the shift pattern, I don't see as much as I would like to. So it's nice to come here and meet other people, so I enjoy coming here very much.
And there's such a lot of charities, haven't there, that we've supported.
And it's nice that we try to go with local charities and I think that's really important. That's really nice. Smaller charities that wouldn't necessarily get that
rising at that profile.
So last year when we were raising for James Brindley, the other girl, young lad who was stabbed in our street where I live. There was a lad who was stabbed a couple of years ago, who was probably just a year older than my son. My son is 30, he's turning 30 this year. So that time my son was 15 and that guy was that little boy was 16 when he was born.
So it does bring it home, doesn't it? And the local charities, a lot of the time the charities that we support have been nominations of choir for personal reasons, and so you own it more, don't you? You become a lot more you own it, you take ownership of it. It gives us all that encouragement to sort of get more involved in it. bringing us nicely onto this year's charity, which is Comfort Cases, and whilst that is a nationwide charity.
And I didn't know it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was a local one to you.
Yeah,
I didn't know
so
it
it
was
is
a
nationwide, but
yeah.
what we've made sure is that the effort that we put in and the money that we raise, those bags do stay within the Walsall Borough, so it's still very local, and still very community based for us. I think all of the charities are worthy, and it's lovely when people can bring the charities forward and say, I'd like to nominate that one, and then we all vote on it, don't we? It's nobody decides one way or another it's going to be that one. We all vote. There's a democracy there, which again is great with the Inquirer to have that, isn't it? And I think from that we all then become really more. We've got more and more involved because you're more invested in it, because it means something to you. So. Is there anything anybody else thinks that actually I want to say this is what it brings for me for Choir that we haven't already covered?
The one thing I would like to say is I'm a newcomer relatively. I've only been coming just over a year.
Yeah.
And I came on my own, and I didn't really know anybody when I came, and it was quite scary. I'm not very forward to come into a new group of people, and I've found everybody really, really welcome. I mean, the first person I spoke to was Pam.
Yeah.
And I often like to think we're friends now. And I've made more friends since I've been coming, and it was scary, but I love to come now. I love to come. It's Monday, I've got to the choir.
I mean, that's great, isn't it? And for anybody listening to the podcast, anybody that feels that apprehension about coming in and having a that's a great example there. Don't be afraid. Just turn up here on Monday at 7:15, and there'll be somebody that'll whisk you away.
You don't have to audition.
No. Me audition, I think at the time, I said, what's your favourite musical? I said, Les Mis. She said, pick one of your tunes, and then she went to Ed, play a few keys, and got me singing. And Chris took me under her wing, and Chris said, she's never done that to anybody before.
So I came on my own. So there isn't any audition. So anybody that's
no, there's not now.
Come along to Pelsall Community Centre at 7:15, and there'll be somebody to whisk you up and take you under their wing and look after you.
Well, Sue usually buddies up new people.
She does.
The same voice group. But I was the same. I came on my own. I've lived in Pelsall for a lot of years. I was aware of the choir. It took me years to pluck up the courage to actually rock up, and I can still remember parking outside and almost turning around and going. But you know what? So glad
I think as well. I mean, God bless June, and she was wonderful, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Choir has changed, hasn't it? And I know the ladies I've seen changes in the time that I've been in. So choir has changed now, and we've got Sue, and Sue has changed that dimension as well. She's took it to a different level, and there's things now where we don't do so much in church anymore. So it's people who perhaps, oh gosh, it's all churchy. It's really not, is it? And we rehearse here now, which it's a more central to Pelsall. I feel that the dynamics of not having to think, well, we've got to go to church, we've got to do this, we've got to do this in church, we've got to do that. We don't. We do some churches, don't we? We do. Yeah. But it's not all about that.
Well, we used to practice in school, didn't we?
In the school.
And so the school holidays, we could never practice. So we can now.
So we can now. So that's changed.
Never park our cars either.
Yeah.
That was the biggest
Parking
is great.
The community centre is at the heart of the community. And I think, like you just saying, it's all about evolving, isn't it? And moving with the times.
And I think this particular project has evolved, hasn't it? I mean, we've done a lot more for this particular project than we have for others. That's not to say we'll do this every year, you know what I mean? But for this one it has. And this has been a lot of learning and it's took a lot of people out of comfort zones, hasn't it?
I think it's a subject that we can get involved in.
Everybody.
The donations and everything. Whereas some of the charities you can't physically get involved in, really.
No.
But this one we can, and we can give more of ourselves to it.
That has been great.
Especially as it's for children as well.
Oh, yes.
Which I think when the lady came before Christmas to the concert, You know, it really hit us, didn't it? When she told us about how many children were taken into care and how many, you know, that really got to because most of us are parents anyway, that really did resonate with us, didn't it?
So ladies, thank you, and listeners, thank you for tuning in and listening to us. And like we say, anybody that wants to join choir, or even if you just want to come along and have a look what we're about and then you decide it's not for you, please come down to the community centre on a Monday evening at 7:15 to 9:15. Ladies, great interview here today. I feel like we've really talked about choir and what it brings out for all of us. And thank you once again to Ben and Shani for your wonderful expertise and guidance throughout the whole of the project so far. And with our podcasting, it's been a real new journey for Pelsall Ladies Choir, so thank you to you guys as well. Tune in, stay tuned, we're coming to the end of the project. There's going to be some exciting things come up, so we've got the packing event, you'll see some bits and pieces coming up about that, and the recording of the song that will be released during our main concert, which I think is going to be the 21st of July. So once that's been released out onto the concert, we'll put it out for everybody to have a little look at and keep donating. Thank you very much.